Beautiful Wednesday morning in the city of Lagos. Good morning and welcome to Today in the News here on Vanguard Life. My name is Ololade Adeomi. Let's look into all our newspapers for today, starting with Vanguard. Major headline on Vanguard says Nigeria's oil and gas exploration defies federal government's effort, drops 14%. NUPRC quotes investors with 50 oil blocks. Top banner, it says Rivers crisis, APC, CSO, others slam fire over Fubara's APC status. Tinubu won't sacrifice Wike for Fubara. Fayoshe says Wike's Rainbow Coalition claims misleading, says IPAC. Says opposition parties may adopt Fubara in 2027. Our federal government, states, local government shared a 6 trillion naira in 3 months, says NEITI. We can see another banner says Chimamanda's son, Lagos government, MDCN probe Eurocare or church attack. Why they blew off my leg with a dynamite. Witness tells court. Lower banner we can see says economy Nigeria to record fastest growth in 2026. Says World Bank upgrades growth forecast to 4.4% for 2026-2027. Okpebholo orders release of remanded AAU students. Residents flee Sokoto villages as Bello Turji issues new threat. Elders kill ex-councillor. Four others in midnight attack on Benue community. US boosts Nigeria's fight against terrorism with new supplies. And lastly, in the area of sports, it says AFCON 2025 shall set to tweak Super Eagles tactical formation against Morocco. Away from the Vanguard and look into the Punch newspaper, major headline on the Punch says Governor's budget 525 billion naira for security as killings spread. Security votes jumped 40% since 2023. Borno, Anambra, Delta record highest budget. Northeast, Southeast lead. Top banner says federal road spending soars 489% to 3.23 trillion naira. Victims identify alleged or church attackers in church. Nigeria, UAE scrap tariffs on over 13,000 goods. Counterinsurgency, US delivers military supplies to Nigeria. 2027 ADC faction eyes Jonathan Saraki Makinde alliance. Away from that, a look into the nation. Major headline on the nation says US delivers critical military assets to battle terrorist bandits. Top banner, we can see it says 1.8 trillion set aside to pay federal contractors. Or church bombing, witness identifies attackers in church in court. Judge acquits commissioner's terrorism financing case. Court orders fresh PDP governorship primary in Ekiti. Away from that, let's go look into the Guardian newspaper. Major line on the Guardian says lingering seat-at-home disruption may halt Southeast 5.7 trillion naira fiscal plan. Top banner says NAD rejects federal government NEMA job evaluation agreement before collective bargaining. Shetima, Abba, others canvass ethical leadership at colloquium. Lagos gets 179 billion naira. Oil states 424 billion naira from fax 6 trillion naira disbursement. Nigeria, UAE signed trade deal, liberalize over 7,000 products. Nigeria ranks higher, moves up from 103 to 89 in passport index. And lastly, on the Guardian, it says 2027 INEC laments waning public confidence in election. That's all we have on the front pages of the newspaper this morning. Make sure you join us after the break for a quick analysis of some of our top stories. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Today in the News here on Vanguard Live. My name is Ololade Adewumi. Join me in the studio today for a quick analysis as Mr. Gbero Olajuegbe, is Executive Director, Emergency and Risk Alert. Good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you? Fine, thank you very much, sir. I look into a first story for today. A first story says residents flee Sokoto villages in droves as Bello Turji issues new threat. Residents of communities in the eastern part of Sokoto state, especially Tidabali, a small community in Isa local government area, have started fleeing in large numbers following fresh threats and warnings issued by bandit kingpin Bello Turji. Turji's threat came at a time when at least five persons, including a former councillor and 2019 People's Democratic Party (PDP) House of Assembly candidate, were reportedly killed in a midnight attack in the local government area of Benue State. What would you say this mass displacement of villagers in Sokoto tells us about insecurity right now in Nigeria? Well, that is a very copious sign of state failure. When it has become so bad that citizens are driven out of their habitual resident places